Last game we're going to talk about here. Of course, I have to go with my surging Minnesota Vikings hosting the New Orleans Saints. Let me just say, on behalf of all Vikings fans,
I have nothing to say on this game.
No, I hate the Saints. I can't stand the New Orleans Saints. They're probably my least favorite team in football. That's including the Green Bay Packers. That 2009 NFC Championship game, I will never get over it. I don't care if Saints fans say you're just a salty Vikings. You know what? I am. And I hope for eternal misery for Saints fans. And since that game, I feel like I've come pretty close to getting it with the Rams ending, the Minneapolis Miracle, Kyle Rudolph. The Saints have had it bad, and I hope it gets worse because I can't stand the New Orleans Saints. And this weekend, when they go into Minnesota, I know the Saints, 18 takeaways a game. The Vikings are second in the league with 17 turnovers. They fumble like it's nobody's business. But I'm expecting that Minneapolis crowd to be going crazy because, like me, every other fan of the Vikings despises New Orleans. And we know this is a rivalry. This is arguably our biggest rival outside of the Packers right now. And it means something to win this game. It's going to take a big effort from Josh Dobbs, believe it or not, again, because Justin Jefferson should be out. KJ Osborne might be out. I just like the way that the Vikings are playing football at the moment. They're very team-oriented. They're not relying too much on one guy like they have in the past. I think being at home will give them the edge. It should be a great game, though. And with respect to Saints fans, even after saying all of that, they're always great games, and I'm expecting nothing different here.
I'll say this much. The Saints do indeed have one of the better defenses in the NFL.
Yes.
Justin Jefferson has been activated, but I think it's unlikely he plays this game. But you sort of, at a certain point, you just have to look at the team vibes. I get that you can't quantify this. I get that it can sort of be hard to tell. But doesn't it just feel like things are the absolute opposite in Minnesota and New Orleans? In New Orleans, it seems like everyone's down. Carr's yelling at receivers on the sidelines when he's throwing uncatchable balls. It feels like the fact that they're not going to be competitive next year looms. Like, it just doesn't seem like they're having a good time. Meanwhile, you check in Minnesota, even though Kirk Cousins is out. After what Dobbs did last week, everyone's losing their minds in the locker room. People are dancing. It feels like things are a little bit different. And I think that energy is going to continue. Is Dobbs going to be the guy forever in Minnesota? No. Is he going to be able to even make it through the rest of the season looking this good? I don't think so. But give him a little bit more time to learn the offense, right? A lot of his mistakes last week came from the fact that he'd never practiced a cadence with his guys. He didn't know the names of most of the people. He had no idea what the playbook looked like.
Did you see, Ziggy? I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you see Kevin O'Connell was actually telling him what the routes were?
Yeah.
It was unbelievable that he could coordinate that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, people don't understand how impressive this is. When you know the system in and out, it is very difficult to visualize what's going on and communicate it. The fact that he didn't have any idea what was going on and was still able to get that done is miraculous. But look, I think that the Vikings are going to carry that momentum. I think the Saints team is not good despite having a decent defense. I think they're just miserable, like their fan base, like they should be. And we're going to go in and win.
This is revenge from the 2009 championship game.
Every time we play the Saints, it's revenge. Every single time it's revenge for that game. Sean Payton, Greg Williams, Jonathan, is Vilma at the time? Darren Sharper. I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, Josh Dobbs just won a game where he didn't know who he was playing with, which is pretty remarkable. I mean, and now he has another full week to learn the names.
Yeah, but could it be a letdown spot?
Look at the playbook again.
It could definitely be
the letdown. No, the letdown spot is in a couple weeks. They're still motivated. They're still going to play hard. Like, they're not going to overlook this game. Like, Paul, you know the Vikings as well. You know the Vikings better than me, right? The letdown game is heading to Denver the week after.
It's a road game.
The letdown game is not hosting the Saints.
Yeah, letdown game is a road game.
But a road game in prime time for the Vikings. That's the letdown.
Oh, again, yeah.
Sean Payton, that
coach of the year.
But coach of the year. Now, when you're in firm position of a potential playoff spot, which Minnesota is, I think they have every intention of going to the playoffs, and they should.
Hell yeah, brother.
These are the games against teams that you're probably better than at home, where you have to win.
Yeah.
So I would take Minnesota based purely off that feel that they have to win this game.
Okay.
Just to put it out there, the Saints do lead the league in interceptions.
Yeah, but we fumble.
Yeah, but we don't throw interceptions.
we fumble, man. We don't have interceptions.
Okay, Dobbs ain't throwing no picks.
Although, Kirk was fantastic protecting the ball this year. Kevin O'Connell is going to be in the running for Coach of the Year.
No, he won't.
He will. He will. And the vibes, I agreed with Ziggy. The feeling you have on this Minnesota team over the past 2 years, it's a very, very tight-knit team.
Just to put it out
he's done a great job.
How do you become Coach of the Year if you're going to have a worse season than you did last year?
I told you.
Because Kirk Cousins got hurt and we didn't blink.
Yeah, if Josh Dobbs comes in and we go to the playoffs after starting 1-4 with Justin Jefferson missing half of our winning streak, he 100% should be in Coach of the Year conversation. And at the beginning of the season, I said the Vikings may win less games on the luck factor, but be a better team. And that's what you're seeing right now. It's exactly what you're seeing with Minnesota. Let's go to our game picks and updated records for us. I went through. We haven't given updated records.
I don't want to know.
In first place, yours truly, with an 88-48 record on the season. Right behind me, Jack, 87-49. In third place, the leader through 4 weeks when we stopped keeping count was Robert Ziggy Ziegler, who now sits at 78-58, 10 back of first place. And bringing up the rear at 75-61, 14 games over 500. Executive producer Zach Bloomquist.
Still a fine record though. I mean, it's not a bad record.
It's because I'm not as square as you guys. I like
because Zach's taking the Cardinals to win games.
Yeah, I am
the
taking
formerly
the
led by Josh Dobbs Cardinals.
Yeah.
Zach likes Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, I can't take the Cardinals no more. He's gone.
Yeah.
I have to take the Vikings now, which
You
is
do.
kind of sad.
You do.